broadcast. Phew.
I gotta see a dentist next week. See a dentist next week. My jaw, I think I've got an infection. My jaw's swollen a little bit.
Well, that's not good to hear.
I let that tooth go too far. And this imbecile don't do nothing.
Yeah, generally it doesn't. All right, so I got the technical difficulties. I was the cause of the echo. I'm going to go ahead and start the stream in 3, 2, 1. Live from the Tony Wallow Studios.
There it is.
It's the Ken Stout live show featuring the Zoom homies. Halfway quick tonight, produced by L&K Production. Hope it stays that way. That'd be really nice. Let's see, Mike has joined us on Zoom. Hi, Mike. We can't hear you, Mike. If you can hear us, give us a thumbs up or something. Okay, we can't hear you, though.
Hello?
Oh, now we can hear you.
Okay.
All right, there we go. John Aloy says, good evening to me and everyone. Beautiful day in Virginia. High mid-70s to nearly 80. We are predicted 70s with rain tomorrow, which I hope it does. And then sunshiny on Sunday, which I hope it does that too. So I can get around to golf in on Sunday. We will see. We will see. Yeah, I'm not too bad. About 5 minutes late getting started.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah, Mike.
Who's that next to me?
Hi, Mimi.
Hello.
Yeah, she saw me wave. Long Dog joins us in the chat. Yep, that was a cool video that B.H. Ringer posted.
Yeah, it was.
Brought back some memories, as a matter of fact. There's Jeff Ryman joining us from the Sin City of Las Vegas. You can wipe that grin off your face.
Yeah, I'll be out for a minute or two. I gotta go reheat something to eat. But I'm here with my kids tonight, so
we understand.
Okay.
Kind of split the difference.
I've been doing computer file maintenance all day long, just moving stuff to that new drive and making sure I got everything from consistent across all my backup drives. And gee whiz, I'll be here another year doing this.
Wow. Yeah, I need to do that, but I haven't. Long Dog is saying we're getting some kind of echo in the chat room participants. All right, I'll look into that.
I'm muted on the stream. Let me mute here and see if.
I'm just taking a look at the mixer to see what it's doing. That's usually the first thing I look at. You guys sound okay in Zoom, and I need you to talk so that I can check it out on the mixer.
Hello from Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's just a little hot, but not that bad.
Hello from Maryland.
Oh, good Lord. Now we're going to start singing now.
La, 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 la.
And there's Tony Wallow. So, sounds okay. John Aloy says it sounds okay. I don't know.
He obviously doesn't have an ear for good music if he starts singing.
Well, I think he was talking about the audio.
Okay.
Well, everyone definitely having echo on Zoom here on YouTube. All right, let me look at one thing on the mixer. I'll cover up Zoom for a minute so I can see it. And then
I shall be back momentarily. I got to go reheat something to eat.
Not a problem. I'll go check out a couple settings. Of course, if the professor was here, he'd tell me right away what he thinks it is.
It's your problem, not.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, according to the settings, there shouldn't be any echo at all. shouldn't be any echo at all. Okay, so now I'm hearing an echo from someone.
Not me.
Long Dog said he fixed it. He did a restart, and he thinks that fixed it. Nope, he says he's still hearing an echo. That's interesting because I'm not even seeing anything that's remotely possible to cause the echo. Possible to cause the echo. Except for Alex just being a smartass and leaving his YouTube on.
Yeah.
Like we're not going to see it's Alex. It's Alex. It's Alex. You feel better?
I knew that. I knew that wouldn't last very long.
We're trying to figure out why.
Dang old Zoom likes my triangle, likes my square, even though I'm not. Even though I don't have my video turned on.
I don't care about I don't care about your rectangular icon. It's the echo. Long Dog says he's hearing an echo over.
What I'm saying is, if I have my microphone turned on, Zoom will light up with that yellow around my rectangle, so you'll see it's me, even if my video is turned off.
Right, it does, and that's how I knew it was you that was having the echo from YouTube. Long Dog is saying he has an echo from everybody on Zoom. Can somebody go ahead and turn on YouTube and mute your microphone for Zoom and see if you are catching an echo off of YouTube as well? So Alex muted himself. Now if I could get someone on Zoom to say something.
I'm not. There's no echo when I mute my cell phone.
Right. Right, but mute yourself. I need other people in the Zoom to say something. He's saying the echo is coming from people on Zoom.
Hello.
And everybody's muted. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. John Aloy says echoes. He says he's not hearing an echo. So, if you opened up two tabs of the same channel and watched it at the same time, would that create an echo?
Yeah.
That's a possibility then.
Unless you mute one and don't mute the other, and only have one audio stream going. But if you have two audio streams going, that's what caused two audio streams that are the same, whether it's on Zoom or on YouTube or any other platform, will cause the same.
Cause an echo. All right. So, Log Dog, you might want to check all your tabs and don't pull a Ken Stout and have 5 tabs of the same thing open. Because that will cause an echo, I'm being told. Hope everybody had a good Friday. I did absolutely nothing. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I'm such a crackhead. I got 2 windows open watching YouTube. Damn it.
Well, I didn't get up and around until noon.
I got up at 9. I finally got functional around 11, maybe.
That's what's going to be nice about next weekend, because I'll be up at 7 o'clock in the morning and have all day. From 7 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night when we leave.
You're going to have your mom and dad pick you up at the last possible 6:59th hour?
I'm going to try to be there as early as possible and be picked up as late as possible.
So that you're first in, first out, or last out?
I want to be first in, last out. That's what I want to be. I want to get as much as I can out of my $100.
All right.
There's BH Ringer.
Good evening, all.
Evening, BH.
Hello.
Considering I sign myself in and I can sign myself out.
True. Very true.
And once I'm signed out, I'm not their problem, and I can stay there as long as I need to in order and just wait on them to come and pick me up.
Well, at least you won't be dependent on your public transportation, right?
Can't do public transportation tomorrow. I mean Friday night or Saturday because they won't run that late. My only transportation is my mom and dad.
Does your public transportation run on weekends?
No, I just answered that.
No, you said
No,
they don't run that late. My question is,
They don't run that late or on weekends.
Oh,
The
okay.
only exception is if you have to do dialysis on Saturday, they will take you to dialysis. But that is the only exception.
Okay.
They don't do anything else. If you don't schedule it and it is not in between the hour, if you don't schedule it in between the hours of 8 and 5 and your actual trip is not between the hours of 8 and 2 or 8 and 3, whatever the cutoff time is, if you're a paying customer, they won't do it.
That seems kind of different.
You have to be sure to schedule between 8 and 5, and your rides have to be picked up to go and brought back before 5 o'clock, unless you have a medical appointment or something that keeps you longer.
Mm-hmm.
Or some driver is late to pick you up.
Well, it's good that if the driver's late, they still pick you up. I mean, it could be that the driver's late and oops, he went home, forgot to pick you up. So
Yeah, they'll pick you up. You just, in my case, when I was at college, you wouldn't know if they was late. I wouldn't know what time was going to pick me up. If they're late like that, I run the risk of everybody at college telling me to call somebody, and everybody at college leaving while I'm still there by myself.
yeah, I'm trying to get some background work done. I absolutely did nothing today. And when I say nothing, that's with a capital NOTHING. And the discussion that I'm having with you know who continued into the I don't know 20 minutes ago. I was like, I said stop already. Do you understand the word stop? 5 seconds later. Well,
That's something, Ken. You did something. You had a discussion with you know who.
I had a discussion. I don't consider that doing anything. That's just everyday normal life. There's nothing special about that. Of course, she's probably watching the stream tonight, and no, nothing special about talking to me, huh? Mike, how long you and Mimi been married?
Oh, wow.
Oh, Mike, you better think twice about answering that way. That could get you in trouble.
You say, well, we met 2004.
Go with that. 18 years. That's always a good answer.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
What?
Well, Mike, it's been nice talking to you. That's funny.
Boing.
That is
a frying
funny.
pan in her hand?
I hope not. She's at work. Could be. Possible. She put in for Christmas Day as her first choice off, New Year's as her second, Thanksgiving as her third. What did they give her? Thanksgiving.
Why is Thanksgiving her third? Thanksgiving is the closest holiday.
Because we have 4 grandchildren that we want to spend Christmas with.
Huh?
And it's more important that she has Christmas off, then Thanksgiving.
If they only gave her Thanksgiving.
As it stands right now, yes, she is scheduled for having a not only Thanksgiving but a Thursday off because of Thanksgiving. But
Yes,
she's
sir.
going to ask if that could be changed to Christmas. And then she was saying something about Veterans Day is on Friday this year.
Oh yes, Veterans Day is next Friday. The Friday I'll be at camp.
I always thought Veterans Day was on a Monday for some reason.
Veterans Day is always on November the 11th.
No matter the day, then. Okay.
No matter what day that is.
Is it a federal holiday?
Yes.
Is it a paid holiday?
Yes.
Speaking of, since we were just talking on the topic of my transportation,
I think we were talking about federal holidays, but go ahead.
Not only will they not run that late.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, he wants to look at her.
So I'm not real sure if she's giving me the peace sign because she's mad at me, or there's getting ready to be a change in that sign.
It's a peace.
Yeah.
Ken, your volume is awful loud.
Yeah.
Do what, BH?
Your volume is kind of loud.
Yeah, I'm about to give up on this audio stuff.
Because though Veterans Day is one of the holidays, they won't run on it all. So next Friday they won't be running at all.
Okay, I got to test right now. This is showing at 3/4 yellow, and I'm not real sure I can back it back down much farther. I'll go right there and see how that goes. And we'll give that a shot and see how that sounds for a minute. Oh, excuse me.
They call November 11th here Remembrance Day.
I, for some reason, was thinking it's always on a Monday. I don't know why. Probably because I'm old and forgetful.
That's the one holiday of the year that the college is open and has normal classes that day on Veterans Day, but the transportation is closed.
What about Columbus Day?
So if that day fell on I don't know about Columbus Day. I don't think so. But if Veterans Day fell on a Tuesday or Thursday, or when I was going to college, and we was having classes, my mom wanted to take me that day because my transportation don't run on Veterans Day or Memorial Day or, of course, Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Yeah, I'm trying to find whether Veterans Day's paid for her or not. I know Christmas is and Thanksgiving is and Black Friday is. I seen that. Plus now her birthday is considered a holiday. Just kind of nice. The Vulcan Center of Friendship, or hello. That's kind of what it looks like. Wintermute put an icon over in chat. Kind of hard to try to find what I'm trying to find and keep up a conversation. So somebody start a conversation, keep it going for me, please.
Okay, we'll start a conversation and keep it going. What do you want us to talk about?
Good Lord, that was the whole point of saying start a conversation and keep it going.
I worked on my car today.
Did you get that problem fixed?
No.
Sorry.
It's a little bit better. I got a feeling it might be the idle air control valve.
What was it you just replaced?
It's called a purge valve.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little plastic thing with 3 hoses connected to it.
I think we all need to. I think everybody on here needs to order some of those almonds some of those almonds that I ordered the other day, and we should all eat them on camera and have to.
How long do you think I should leave him in there?
5 minutes.
A week.
Yeah, really. You bring him back next Thursday night. Oh, you're going to camp. All right, see you Sunday. You cut out there for a moment. What happened?
You said start a conversation, and then I started a conversation, and you was in the and you put me in the waiting room.
I did not. I'm going through some paperwork. How can I put you in the waiting room? Probably the co-host. Now everybody's searching to figure out who the co-host is.
I cannot tell.
I'll give you a hint. There isn't one.
I did it.
It does, okay, so if there is a co-host, does it show on your guys' Zoom that there's a co-host?
Yes.
Did not know that. And I'm learning all kind of things today.
I take it Ken doesn't want to get those order him some of those.
There's not enough money in the world that will get me to try one of those almonds. That's almost ranking right up there with okra, okay? Not going to happen. And if I were to try it, it would probably be split in half, and then I might try it.
Greg, would you eat?
I might try one.
I was going to say, Greg likes hot peppers and hot things, so he might.
I put some hot peppers in my sloppy joes that I made tonight.
Thought you were going to say you put some hot peppers in your coffee there for a second.
You leave the seed? Did you leave the seeds in?
Yeah. Seeds in the membrane. Seeds aren't hot.
Yeah.
The membrane that makes it hot.
Well, what I mean is, do you take any of the membrane or the seeds out, or do you leave the whole thing whole and just put the whole thing in?
I just cut it up and throw it in there.
Trying to catch up on chat real quick. I saw Carrie. Did Carrie do a stream today?
Yeah.
All right. Did I miss anything?
No, not really. It was about SSDs and how come some SSDs are really cheap, and how you got to watch out because people will put fake capacities on there, and people will think they're getting a deal, but they're not. Kind of like Doug's stream the other day when Josh had that.
Harry's done that at least once or twice before.
Well, the reason I ask is I got a notification on Facebook from Carrie Holzman's top 10 recommended computer techs. And just for humor purposes, I checked it out. And take a wild guess who number 4 on the list is.
Doug Betts.
Not even on the top 10.
Who?
Well, let's get another guess in there. Let's not spoil all the fun.
Hey,
I know he's 1 through 3, so.
Number 4 on his list was himself.
Yeah.
What an idiot. Where'd you see the list at? Post it. Show it on it.
It's on Facebook.
Can you post it?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Thanks.
he ranks himself at number 4. That's surprising. I'm surprised he don't rank himself at number 1.
Why, he's being generous.
So I found my answer. Holidays are New Year's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, day after Christmas, Christmas Day, and birthday. So Veterans Day is not a paid holiday for this company.
It's not for most, actually, from what I know.
Oh, the new company Lorna's working for?
Mm-hmm. They still don't have their time system straightened out.
So you fixed it for him.
Nope. I said I will fix it for him. I'll show him how to fix it for him. But it's going to cost him a consulting fee, and
and
It'll
you're
take them
showing him how
about
to
a week.
and you're showing him how to fix it is you showing up there, calling me on Messenger, and having me walk them through it.
No, it's not. But nice try. I was actually thinking and considering getting a hold of that other consultant partner I have out of Pittsburgh and letting him screw it up. Then I can make more money.
I'm sorry.
I always think ahead, believe me.
You gotta
Like a
stop.
carpenter building stairs, one step at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Hang on. Of course, that was on my phone, and as we all know, the phone and the PC sometimes do not match up, which is really strange. The hell is that? Garlic herb stuffed salmon. Ugh.
Stupid jerk.
I would eat it.
That 250. What is
Actually, that sounds pretty good to me.
Yep.
Garlic helps anything.
Wow, that's wild. I pinged 252 and it comes back 152. That's weird.
I'm still here. I'm just not going to make you watch me eat.
That's wild.
Did you watch John's video about the bacon wrapped stuffed mushrooms?
I did absolutely nothing today. Oh, the mushrooms, yes, I did. Man, I commented on it. I'm not a big mushroom person, but I would gladly try one of those.
I think I tried about 7.
Well, this is crazy that that's not coming through. I'll try this a different way. So Long Dog is commenting about eating fish. I actually like 2 fish, mahi-mahi and halibut. I can put up with those 2. The problem with those 2 is rather pricey. I stopped going to Long John Silver's because who knows what animal they're putting in there and calling it fish.
Go for Mexican food, go to Taco Bell.
Well, me myself, I've been addicted to fish.
You saying that about Taco Bell? I was watching. I unfortunately got stuck in the short on YouTube, going down the short squirrel hole today, when I come across that one comedian, Iglesias, whatever his last name is, and he said he was out late one night and he saw what he thought was a taco truck, and he thought the guy was Mexican. The guy wasn't Mexican; he was Greek, and he wanted 2 tacos. And the guy said, "I don't do tacos; I do gyros." And so he was like, "Gyros? What is that?" He goes, "It's like a taco." Gosh, this is crazy. Unless he took it down. Can I search Facebook? I bet I can. Try that. See if this brings it up.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to
euros.
find a
spelled
good
with
Mexican
U.
restaurant here. I'm sure there has to be one. I'm not talking about chains. I mean, just like some little hole in the wall place that does really authentic food.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of those in Knoxville when I lived back in Tennessee. And it looked like you were walking into a dump, but you got inside, and the lady was from New Mexico originally. God, she made good food.
I'll bet.
I mean, it wasn't old Mexico food necessarily. It was New Mexico
Now,
Mexican food, but it
So-
was really good.
I don't know what screenrant.com is, but this was on Facebook. Test 10 best YouTube channels for PC maintenance and repairs. When you click on it, I honestly was looking to see if Doug Betts was on there. Number 1 is Greg Salazar. Number 2 is Theo
I've seen
Joe.
him.
Number 4,
Yeah, I
number
don't
3
care for
was,
Theo Joe that much. I don't know why.
for some reason, I think Theo Joe and Brightech are the same person. Brightech 09. At number 4, I guess you should ring your own bell. I don't know, but I don't think you should be putting yourself that high myself, but
Now, was this Carrie's thing?
yeah,
No,
this
this is
is
this
this
one I'm reading is by Leonardo Manjares.
who's
Well, I
it
mean,
by?
who made the list though?
Somebody named Leonardo Manjares. BJ just print BH print. Wake up. BH Springer just posted it in YouTube chat.
No, but I mean, this thing says Screen Rant.
And it's got a list of
Tom,
10.
I don't know who that is.
So either my YouTube is falling behind because I'm sharing the screen. The last post I have is from Long Dog talking about mayonnaise, a pinch of mustard, like dill pickle rather than relish. It's too sweet. A pinch of lemon. That's the last thing I have. So
Yeah,
either I'm locked up or
Oh, tartar sauce.
Carry on this. He reposts his stuff. Or he reposts stuff from other people. And
oh sure, we all do.
okay.
That's common.
Well, he doesn't like doing research himself. That's the problem. I'm not being nasty. I mean, Windows 11, he could have found out if he'd have looked. All his contacts in Microsoft would have told him. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything from Long Dog. 1035 it's better than store bought stuff.
He's waiting on mustard and mayonnaise and pickles and
yeah.
chicken.
He said with fish he likes Bob's tartar sauce.
The only link I seen from BH was earlier in the chat and was John Lennon's "Give Peace a Chance." So let me refresh and see if that helps. Nope. McChicken.
It was before McChicken.
Yeah.
No, I mean it was the post I'm talking about. We're talking about 10 posts up for McChicken.
All right, so there's all right, there we go. Yeah, I see it. Right after Long Dog's projection, all that use the word. Okay, yeah. I was thinking when you said it that it was like a current post, but
No,
I get confused easily. Although I'm not near. Doggone it! What the? This is twice this has happened. I'm not near as confused as the girl I went to school with. We were talking about chatting back and forth on text messenger today about being in school and life and things that happen and whatnot. And I forget what was said. She literally says, "I'm literally scratching my head right now because I don't remember that." She had a stroke and a seizure back in January, so I got to cut her a little bit of slack. Sean will be joining us later, probably after the stream. I'll let Sean update everybody. Do what, Jeff?
You heard from him today, so
oh yeah,
he's hanging in, I guess. But
he's doing the best he can given the circumstances.
Yeah.
I asked him if he wanted me to relay any information. He said no, he'll join Zoom himself, so that's good. I mean, unfortunately, whether we like it, accept it, or what, we're all going to come to a point in our life when we ain't going to take that last breath. We're going to take that last breath, so to speak.
Nope.
Not a whole lot we can do to stop it.
That's true.
What's the old saying? You're born to die?
Hmm.
Or something like that? Am I the only one that's ever heard that saying?
Nope.
I was worried there for a brief second.
2 points.
There's a hospice nurse on here. It has a YouTube channel, and she gives a lot of interesting advice, which I think is good. And one of her sayings is that the body knows how to die when the time comes.
Okay.
And she's not speaking like of accidents or sudden things or whatever, but just when you naturally reach the end of life.
Yeah. Well, you see a lot of news reports where so-and-so 89 passed away peacefully in their sleep, died of natural causes. So That'd be the way to do it, I guess. Go to bed one night and never wake up. I don't
I
give
wonder-
a, I don't put a lot of do what, BH?
Well, if you're a lot of pain too, you just want to have a little assistance going away.
Oh yeah, there's always that
That's what my friend
scenario.
did last weekend.
I want to be like my dad, just fall asleep and die. Not like his passengers screaming at the accident. Nobody got the joke. Get it driving a bus or something? No. Kid was sick.
That's a Gary joke, Gary.
Yeah, I know. Hey, what can I say?
I have a technical topic to bring up.
Oh, hold on. Let me get back to Zoom for a second. No technical until we're prepared. Hang on 1 second.
1 second is finished.
Always one in the crowd. Always one in the crowd.
Hey, at least you can
All
tell.
right, we can talk technical now. Go ahead with your tech question.
Well, this is not
Oh boy, that was a fast one.
Must be important.
I'm just giving him a hard time.
I hope.
Oh, I am. He knows it. He's a good
I know.
sport about it.
And he's back.
I don't think we can help you with that technical issue, Alex, but thanks for bringing it up. We appreciate it.
well, this is not an issue for me, but this is an issue one of my Facebook friends posted that they said that they had. But sadly, as far as I know, there is no way to fix it for them. Because it sounds like they didn't have any recovery mechanism set up. But their post is, anyone got any advice on how to recover your Google account without having it text to an old number? I forgot my password. I'm trying everything.
Good luck. I don't know a way myself.
Which means she had that her Google account set up so that if she got locked down, it could text her code to a number, but she don't have access to that number anymore. My response to her was let me see if I can find it. I said two things. First thing I said is if your new phone is the same carrier as your old phone, example AT&T, you should be able to temporarily swap SIM cards and put the old SIM in the new phone and access the old number, because that's what I did with my mom. When she got a new phone, she took her old SIM card out of her old phone and put it in her new phone, and it works right away.
So she doesn't have any alternate means like somebody else's email
no.
or whatever?
And also that connects to my second comment I posted on her post, which was, FYI, Google lets you create single-use sign-in codes as a backup emergency option. You can print those and keep them on you 24/7, and you won't have this problem. Meaning, I have Google automatically generates 6-digit codes, and I have a list. I have a list of 10 single-use 6-digit codes that I can, at any time, if I don't have my phone with me, or any other means to do for two-factor, I can use one of those codes along with my password and be able to log in. And if I forget, in the unlikely event that I forget the password, I can hit forgot password, and it will give me the ability to use one of those single-use codes as an option. And once I use one of those single-use codes, it's no longer valid. And I just keep those codes printed off in my wallet on a piece of paper.
How many of those will it let you generate at a time?
10.
10?
But once you use all 10 of them, it'll let you generate new ones.
Yep.
So that's what I have. I've got set up along with the normal text your phone number
Right.
and all that, because that's the one account I can't afford to lose access to is my Google
Hi,
account.
Rick.
Hi, Ken.
Hey,
Hi,
Rick.
Alex. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Greg. Hey,
Hey.
Gary.
Hey, what's up?
Chris.
Hi,
Everyone.
guys. Evening, Rick. No, I mean,
That SIM card, I didn't think about this at the time, or I wouldn't have said try swapping your SIM card, because swapping your SIM card only works for your actual phone number, not your Google account.
Catherine just went live again? Or is my phone so slow I just not got the notification when she was live this morning?
You know you got a crappy phone. Your phone just got the notification.
God.
Oh, click.
It's a good thing I'm on a different screen doing something else, because this might warrant the 5-minute penalty box.
Oh, and
You gotta get an Android.
You got to get a cell phone, Greg. What are you talking about?
and I think it's best if you just stay away from the
Greg
Android.
handing out cell phone advice. That's priceless.
I think it's best that you just stay away from the Androids and the iPhones and just get yourself a flip phone.
I'm on Catherine's channel. The latest thing is the one from 5 hours ago when I'm looking at live.
Yeah, I just got notification on my phone. Let me jump over to the computer and see what it
says
says.
B450 PC bill. That's the one she did this morning or
Yeah,
whatever.
and then there's one about memory. I just got one. I just got 39 seconds ago or so.
What is it? What's the title of it there? I see one called RAM and Fan, but that's 4 months ago.
I know this is YouTube, but it's the weather. It's the weather channel, so it won't get you a copyright. But we're under a tornado watch until midnight.
It is from 4 months ago, Jeff, but somehow I just got notification. I bet she just reloaded it.
Okay.
Well, you got tornado warnings coming in your area, Alex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was a watch. It was a watch about 5 o'clock, 5:30. It was a watch, and
This is saying
I haven't gotten
until
any more notification on the phone about it. But it said it's going to be until midnight.
Probably the rain we're scheduled to get tomorrow. I know down in Texas they're having bad weather again.
We had a couple of little showers yesterday, but nothing to write home about, although it was good enough to keep my grass going for a few days.
According to Ted Florindo, you guys had a 47-degree overnight or 46-degree overnight low with a 47-degree overday high yesterday.
At one point out here in Meyer, according to the truck thermometer, it was 42 degrees and raining. That was on the way to school yesterday morning with the kids.
Yeah, right after I watched my show last night, I went ahead and watched a little bit of the news just to kind of catch up on what was going on in Vegas. And
a lot of crap going on out here right now.
You can say that again. My goodness. And you have a new casino opening now, West. That
one I'm not familiar with.
I think it was West something.
There's some getting close. There's one, the blue one that was sitting unfinished. They're about at the top of it, finishing it off now.
It's still only a watch. It's not a warning yet. So
see what KLAS has to say about all.
But other than today, Monday is the only other day for the next 10 days we're supposed to have any kind of rain. It's supposed to be sunny for all the other days.
Well, you might appreciate this, Ken. F1 weekend, I assume that means the Formula One or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The cheapest Bellagio room that weekend is $1,733 a night.
Damn.
How much?
1733. 1,733.
Yeah, Alex.
Let me see if that's the whole week. No, per
Yes.
night. For the Las Vegas Grand Prix weekend.
What country you in?
Arkansas.
That's not a
Arkansas.
country.
No,
Well,
he's
it's
asking
almost a
me.
separate
He's
country.
asking me what country I live in the United States. I live in Minnesota, the United States.
All of us is in the United States except for you and me on here right now, Mike.
And BH Ringer.
BH.
BH. But
Well,
you and
that's
me
if you
and
count
BH Ringers are
Arkansas.
the only ones that are in Canada.
I think the new one, Jeff, is Durango Drive out by the 215 Southern Beltway.
Oh, that's under construction. That's Durango Station. It won't be done for another year.
Yeah, that's about when they projected it. All right, let me catch up on chat. You guys do
that's
your
the
thing.
newest station casinos. They're tearing down 3 of their old small ones and building that new one. And I'm told after that one goes up, they're going to have yet another one in another part of the valley, a big one.
Yeah, they tear down a few, then they build a few.
They
And so-
decided to tear down 3 of their smaller, older ones rather than sell them, because that would let somebody else walk in and open them and start competing. So they decided to spend the money to tear them down instead.
I think the funnest ones they tear down are their implosions.
No, they're just doing it with excavators and such as that. These are small operations.
Mm.
2 of the 3 are under destruction right now. One of them's waiting to start yet.
So I've been thinking, Ken.
Did it hurt?
Uh-oh.
That's dangerous.
Is our summer whatever you want, is our summer party still on for all of us meeting up?
Short answer is yes.
Well, I've been thinking.
Did it hurt?
If we can get everybody to come to Arkansas instead of Robert's house camp, they actually rent they have their big main building. They actually rent it out. So we could rent out their space there and have it there.
Well, you rent it for us, Alex. We'll each kick in $20 towards it.
That's kind of what I was going to say. So let's see. Robert's offered his hacienda for free. And you want to rent a place in Arkansas. Have you looked up what it costs to rent this place, just out of curiosity? What a dumb question. Of course you have.
I'll have to I don't think that information is posted. I think you have to
Probably have to call them.
and ask about that. Which I
Well,
have.
after next Friday, when you're second in charge, you'll know it.
Nine.
So I'm having a pretty good conversation with Long Dog about diabetes. He's type 1. It took him 30 years to go from 2 to 1. I've been told I will never be type 1, but if someone was 2 and now is 1, I don't put a lot of faith in the fact that I won't be. But hell, at 93 years old, if I'm type 1, I'll be okay with that.
Well, I mean, how can you change from 2 to 1? I thought type 1, you were born with it.
I don't have any idea.
Okay. I mean, I don't.
I take my meds. I watch my diet. I don't exercise like I should. I check my blood sugar, everything. I feel fine. Yes, I'm overweight. I know that, and I need to lose weight. I just can't get motivated to figure out how to do it. And golfing may or may not solve it. I don't know. As long as my medicine that I'm currently taking works, I'm okay.
I have 2 brothers-in-law who both are diabetic. One of them is completely controlling it with what he eats.
Yeah.
The other one is not. Their mother was diabetic. My wife never was. everybody always thought she would be, but she never got it. So
Yeah, if I was type 2, I'd blow it in the first day because I can't stay away from my cupcakes and my pies and ice cream.
You'd think that, but you'd be surprised at what you can do.
I just wouldn't want to stay away from it. It'd be hard for me to do. I mean, eventually I would, but
Yeah,
it's hard to pull me away from shit like that.
I controlled mine for the most part the first 6 months I had it with my diet, but it wasn't. I don't want to. How do I want to word this? It wasn't acceptable for my doctor at the time. She was hell bent on putting me on metformin, so I could have eradicated type 2 diabetes in my body, I think, and she would have still said, "Nope, you're going to go on type 2. You're going to have this medication." So it is what it is. Robert asked Alex, "Is it storming there yet?" Robert, don't bother him. He's finding some important information out for us.
Bro, no, it's not on there. Everything else is like the capacity limits of all the different rooms and everything, but not. And a floor plan of the whole
You would
place,
have to-
but not the rent, not the actual price.
You'd have to call them. And it's such a price, I don't think they'd want to put that over the internet.
Catherine Ennerhauserman joins us in the chat room. Hi, Catherine. Good to see her again.
That's why I never go to casino in Nevada or where California is too expensive for me to go there.
I think the tentative plans are, last we discussed it, is we're all going to try to meet down in Tennessee at Robert's place. That's the tentative plans. And logistically, we know it's just going to be a nightmare for everybody, especially if things keep going the way they're going. So I don't know. A, we got to figure out what's a good time of the year for everybody. B, what's a good time of the year for storms in Tennessee. What's a good time of year for Darren and BH and Mike and Mimi, if they can, to get out of the country, legally, of course, so that they can get back in. It's a logistical nightmare. It really is.
What is?
Trying to get together with everyone on here somewhere and having like a barbecue or a cookout or a weekend or just or whatever. Just not as simple as picking up the phone and saying, "Hey Greg, we're going to Roberts next weekend. See you there." You know, Mike, see you at Roberts. BH, see you at Roberts. It's not going to happen. And in Alex's situation, yeah, sure, it would be simpler for him to go to Little Rock than it would be to go to Tennessee. I get that. We're going to pull a fast one on Alex, but don't anybody tell him this. We're going to tell him it's going to be in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Oh, wait, he's still here. Never mind.
If it's in, I say I'll be shocked if you pull everybody there and then we all show up to Josh's group home and they won't let anybody in.
Well, A, I'm not going to try to schedule this to go to Monroeville, Pennsylvania. I would come in 2023 if it's around LTX dates, which is end of July 2023. I don't know what LTX dates are.
Some technical event, or something.
Well, the good thing is this is November 2022, so there's plenty of time for all of us to get together and put our heads together.
Some big event that
It's a corporate bond trading platform. And I know that's not what she's talking about. It's a tech group on Twitter.
I just think it would be cool. We'll get his little Mexican friend at that restaurant he goes to every day to cook dinner for us. I don't know if he's watching or not. He probably is watching. I don't know if he's off today or working. His schedule got all kind of messed up. He's following in someone's footsteps.
every time it rains around here, we've got a big tree out in the backyard, and every time it rains, limbs fall.
Oh yeah, it's a tree. That's what happens in rain and wind.
No, really?
Someone stepped out the other day and they said, she looked around and she looked at me and says, "Gosh, the yard is full of leaves." I said, "Yes, it's been windy lately. The leaves come from trees. They go from the tree branches to the ground. Do you know how this kind of thing works?" She flicked me off and walked
And how
away.
many hundreds of years and thousands of years has this cycle been going on for?
Oh, tell you, people ask the stupidest questions, so I gave a stupid answer and she didn't like it.
What's that?
Sometimes it's fun giving stupid answers.
And then we say that there's no such thing as a stupid question, but when it comes to
Yes,
stuff like that, there's a stupid question.
Oh, I think we determined there is such a thing as a stupid question, actually. I think we did that a while back. Is it 10 o'clock already? Nope, it's 11 o'clock already.
10 o'clock here. So
Yeah, I hear the train clock. That's why I asked what the time was. So Robert said the guy from Journey was pretty good. Maybe he's at a bar or something. He sent me something on my phone.
Which one? Steve Perry, I think. Or Neil Sean's Kansas.
I'll tell you.
Who's Journey?
Yeah, really. Journey. Who's Journey?
I keep thinking they're the Wayward Son or Dust in the Wind.
That's Kansas.
That's Kansas.
On both accounts.
There you go.
Andy Avery.
Yep.
Is a guy's name.
That rings a bell.
Apparently he's not at work. He's at a establishment that has live music.
Pop the phone one time.
Yeah, kind of like you. I just got a notification of that Ram and fan video from Catherine on my phone.
It's weird. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I really don't.
I don't think YouTube knows what's going on.
Linus Tech Tip Expos at the end of July. Name an airport I have to fly to. Well, if we do it at Roberts, you would fly probably into Memphis. I don't know. Alex, can you Google that and see which is the closest international airport?
Memphis would be closest to Dyersburg.
Where?
Dyersburg, where Robert is.
Yeah, but they're not going to have
Memphis would be the closest big airport.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Memphis. Robert says Memphis, so
yeah,
Memphis it is. Never mind, right, Alex.
Yeah, I knew it'd be Memphis. Because Robert's only about 2 hours, I believe, 2 hours from Memphis.
About that, if it is even 2 hours.
And I'm about 2 hours from Memphis myself.
Yeah, more or less. I only know that because Robert got us lost going into Memphis. I told him, when I go that way, you go that way. So I start to go that way, and he starts to follow me. That was pretty funny. So we made a real quick trip into Memphis that we weren't planning on that day. We will find Elvis. Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
So July 23rd.
The worst driving I ever had to do was between Little Rock and Memphis on I-40.
Yeah. According to my dad, that's the worst road ever.
When it was one of the summers when the cicadas came out. And the windshield got so splattered with bugs, we had to pull over at a rest stop and scrape it off and wash it off. It was nuts.
I think we take from I-70 going from Salina back to the airport. I think that's what it is, I-70.
Oh, yeah, the I-70 is the one that goes right through Kansas.
Yeah.
Well, you can go. Your dad lives in Salina?
Yep.
You could fly either to Wichita or Kansas City, probably.
Kansas City is where I fly into. But my mom said I won't be flying for a while.
So, yeah, if you land there, you have to go south a little ways from the airport to get to I-70, and then it's a straight shot to Salina from there.
Yep. Jim.
Jim.
Long time no see.
Yeah,
Surviving the polling experience.
I'm sorry.
You surviving your experience at the polls?
Oh yeah.
Hi,
This was
Jim.
our last day of early voting here, which I missed. I'll have to vote on Tuesday.
Our last day of early voting is going to be Tuesday next week.
Our last day of early voting is going to be Sunday.
But our first day of early voting was going to be Tuesday the 8th also.
The election's what, a week from Tuesday?
No,
Second.
Tuesday.
No, man, the election is going to be this Tuesday. I'll
Yes,
keep you
Yeah,
straight,
I thought it
though.
was like the first Tuesday after the
After
first
the
month.
second Tuesday.
Yeah,
No.
that would be the 8th.
I believe it's supposed
I
to.
gotta pick on you, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Well,
hey
no,
guys, if I gave you
it's
a
the
dollar
second
for the next
Tuesday, but I was
360,
thinking there was something about something after the first Monday in the month, the Tuesday. Oh, well.
I believe it has to be the Tuesday of the first full week of the month.
I think it actually says it's the second Tuesday of the month
Is it?
of November.
I think that's what I've always heard. Yes, it's always the second full Tuesday or the second Tuesday in.
Well, I'll be
there.
voting on
I'm going to go
Tuesday
back to
then.
my project here. I'm trying to figure out something.
The second
for-
Tuesday, let me clear this up. It's the second Tuesday. It's the second Tuesday of the first. It's the first Tuesday of the first full
Stop.
week of November.
Wait, you're
It's-
not clearing anything up because you're
No, it's the
confused
second
yourself.
Tuesday it's the second Tuesday of the month of November.
Yes,
That is what it says. I looked it up.
yes,
And
yes.
this will be the second Tuesday by one day. You know, the 8th. First
Right.
Tuesday was the first.
So I'm working on a project here.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
good. April 1st is a Saturday. I will have some fun with that day.
Oh, I did get a ballot in the mail. It says I can fill that out and return it on Tuesday. One thing I like they've done here, you no longer have an assigned polling place. You can go to any polling place to vote.
Yeah, you can do that in Delaware for early voting, but for the actual election day, you have to show up at your specific place.
Here we go to the courthouse they do early voting at the courthouse, but you have to go to your assigned place for
Yeah,
actual
even on
voting
the day,
day.
we no longer have assigned polling places.
Jeff,
Well,
do
you
they have
have one,
computers
but
there?
you're not required to go to it.
Do you guys have computer system or it's still the printouts?
We have computer.
I'm not sure now because I voted by mail last time. Time before that, I remember we just went to the middle school that's closest to us. And I don't remember, they marked us off in a book. That would have been 4 years ago.
Paper, then, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a computer.
Gary, didn't you tell me you guys were still using paper?
We are.
Dear God.
Green bar printed out in blue, the blue, well, gray blue binders. I mean, just typical 1980s, 70s,
Well, what I find humorous here, there's some of the rural counties, and rural counties in Nevada tend to be conservative with a strong libertarian bent. It's just historically the way they were.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
And there are a lot of proposals to go back to paper ballots because they think they're more accurate to count by hand than to use a computer.
I want computer.
I mean, it's just laughable almost.
It is laughable, period.
Well, we have a new ballot. I got to say this. I mean, we got we had an initiative on a ballot. I'm not going to go any others, but it's election. We have the most restricted run right now in the country, just about. I mean, early voting is Tuesday of next week, and late voting is Tuesday of next week. In Delaware, you're horrible. In Georgia, just because you vote Sunday, what do you think you are? That's our attorney general. Anyway, it's on a ballot that their explanation is, what if you forget your driver's license and you get there 5 minutes late when the polls close? And again, we got green bar, literally book. Show your license, they check it off. Well, you can sign something with no ID and say you're Jim. I'm Jim Jones. Okay, Jim, bye. Vote. Not even check it with anybody, just sign that day, but understand they're not going to, you don't even have to bring anything. And they said, it's the most important thing. I said, well, let's pretend you had to pick your kids up at school and you had to have ID. Isn't that important? If it's the most important thing, would you forget your ID? I mean, I'd be clutching that for my life if they're saying it. And then the other thing,
my mom would. She forgets her phone every time she leaves the house, or forgets something. Neither one of them can leave the house the first time and be gone. They always have to come back or something.
How does she go to work every day?
Well, she don't. She says
I'm going to tell my wife that I'm going to forget my phone and my keys, and I won't go to work. See if that'll fly. But then the other thing on it, I don't have a problem with. I think we should have voting. If we did it by computer, I think remote voting from home, even. I mean, literally online. But here's their thing: they want to have mail-in voting. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, like they're asking me. But now listen to this: for military, not overseas, just military, you can be postmarked the day of the election. But then they put comma, or people overseas. Now, if you had a mail-in ballot, why would you wait till the last day to mail it? Mail it, not drop it off.
Because you're an idiot?
Exactly. I mean, think about it. If you're going overseas on vacation, because that was their ad. Military, especially military, if you're sent overseas, obviously. But if you don't have the mail-in ballot, you're still screwed. So if you can mail in the ballot early, why would you wait till the last day to postmark it? Not to drop it off, postmark it. I mean, the post office, it could take 2 weeks maybe. Now I realize and they said, even like, Jim, you're overseas on vacation. You can throw your mail-in ballot in the regular mail and send it. How long does it take to get here? God knows. And it's like, does that make sense? Can't we do it before and, work up instead of keep pushing farther?
Well, we had a lot of people show up for early voting, partially because the mail-in ballot stuff was struck down by the Delaware Supreme Court. So we had a lot of people showing up for that because they weren't sure whether their ballot was going to be counted or not. That's the first thing. Some of them hadn't mailed it in yet. We got a number of people who came in to early vote because they knew they were going to be either on a business trip or something the week of the election. So they came in and it's like, got to get this done. And they were very happy about the fact that Delaware finally, which is one of the last states, I believe, finally started implementing early voting.
We do not have it, literally. Like I said, Google it and tell me where to vote tomorrow, or yesterday. There is none. And my daughter's on vacation next week, and now we do have a liberal policy for getting mail-in votes. You don't need for a mail-in ballot, you do not need a reason now in Michigan, 40 days prior to the elections. But I mean, I'm not trying to be restrictive, but can we have the old days where quote by midnight of the day election, if it's not there, it's not there. End of the conversation. However you get it there, you get it there. And a week or two before.
I'm not sure how long we have here for the ballots to show up and still be counted. I have to look that up.
I think the general rule is for most states, it has to be postmarked by the day of the general election.
Yeah,
right. But then how long afterwards will they wait for it, though?
That I couldn't tell you.
I mean,
that's
my argument. When do you say, okay, this is the December 31st. We don't have it. You don't have it. I mean, what is the drop dead date? I mean, especially if you're out of the country. I mean, I trust your local post office pretty much, but God, some third world country, give me a break. Again, is the guy in third world country really, quote, cheating? No, but I mean, are we too bad of a country that we can't start voting in October instead of worrying about voting in December? That's my question. I don't have a problem with a window, but back the window up instead of keep. Well, what if your great grandmother died in June? Well, it's fine. Vote in July. I mean, why did you wait to 7:55 for an 8 o'clock deadline to vote? I mean, that's your problem then. And you forgot your license. Well, life's a bitch. You should have
Yeah,
voted.
we got ballots mailed to all active registered voters this year. The deadline for that was October 19th.
And then there's always the argument of why do you have to be 21 to drink, but you can vote at 18.
Because there used to be other places where you could drink at 18. I happen to know that.
Well, I drank at 18, but I didn't drink heavily, but they had a lot of 18-year-old car accidents and they decided to get rid of it.
Yeah, because I can tell you that the drinking age was 21 in Pennsylvania all the way back in the 80s, but it was 18 in New Jersey. So a lot of us went over to New Jersey to be at the clubs and whatnot.
Yep. When I was 18, the drinking age for beer only, 3-2 beer, not regular beer, was 18 in Kansas.
Well, they passed in Michigan partly because of the draft actually quit. They passed 18 drinking, but then the car accidents with drunk driving went outrageous between 18 and 21. And they said, well, let's get rid of it. Mm-hmm. And I was so disappointed because at that time I was 21. I really drinking was not a thing. I could not see getting in a car they paid X for and drinking and driving. Never made sense to me.
Also, Alex, probably one of the other reasons why you could vote when you were 18 is because at 18, way back when, you could be drafted to go to freaking Vietnam. Hey, if they can draft you to send you to a foreign country, I think you should have a say in that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start ending the stream, or we're over an hour, I'm sure.
The thing
here, one can still register online here on November 8th and go vote. So they must be doing it by computer now.
Yeah. Well, that was the other. Oh, that was the other thing that the Delaware Supreme Court also struck down: same day vote or registration for voting.
No,
that down too.
In Michigan with the green bar, I strike it down. If you have a computer and you can say, "Yep, that." I mean, if you got ID, you should be able to vote. I mean, who am I? But
I don't remember when we moved here. I know one thing I did. I went to the DMV like within a week of moving back, and they hand you out the stuff that you could register at the DMV too, and we did that because we moved in October of 2016. We made sure that we could vote that year.
Well, I got survivor benefits. I've told you this before from my mother. When I turned 18 on my birthday with that month check, and that's before the direct deposited, they actually sent a thing for sign up for voting. Registering to vote from the federal government for the state. Every year, whenever we get driver's license in the mail, to renew it, or whether you have to or not, whatever. Change what I just said. We get driver's license here. You have to renew them every 4 years, but if you're a good driver or they don't feel like talking to you, you just have to send your check every 4 years. We don't care to see it; just send your money. But they have a thing in there for registering to vote too. So I mean, proactively, it's